Thank you guys for joining me for another Chryssalanius YouTube video. Really appreciate you checking this out as we go into a Kanto Tour guide. Remember to let me know what you are most excited about the Kanto Tour event in the comments below. We've got some awesome stuff to talk about today. We're going to be going into a semi-in-depth guide of what you can do to prepare yourself for the Pokemon Go Kanto Tour event. I'm really excited about this event. I'm sure a lot of people are. It's the next paid event since our big letdown. Obviously, you guys remember the Galarian Mr. Mime event. That was pretty bad for the people who ended up buying that. So right now, the Kanto Tour is Pokemon Go's way to kind of, this is their opportunity anyway, to show us that their paid events are actually pretty good, have the capability of being better than that was. So I'm really looking forward to this because we've already got a lot of exciting news about it. And today we're also going to choose which color we're going with. So we've already talked about what the event is going to have. Just kind of want to give you guys some reminders and talk about what you can look forward to if you aren't buying a ticket for this event. There's a couple main features that you should know if you're not buying a ticket for this event. For example, the features that will be available for everyone regardless will be a upgrade in the trade distance. So during the duration of the Kanto Tour event, you're going to be able to trade Pokemon with anybody who is within 40 kilometers of you. So that's pretty huge. I love that they've started playing around with different ways to incorporate bonuses into the game. The fact that we're going to be able to trade during trades so far is going to be awesome. We've seen it once before when they were testing it. On top of that, there's going to be basically spawns from Kanto. More Kanto spawns than we're normally used to. It should primarily all be Kanto spawns. You will still get that without a ticket. And you will also get double candy for catching any Pokemon that is a Kanto Pokemon. So that's very cool. There's some great things about that. And the other big thing, and this is really important for people who bought the ticket or didn't buy the ticket, it's going to be the raids. We got Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, and my boy Mewtwo joining us, returning once again. Now, we just had the legendary birds, but it's been a while since we've seen Mewtwo. In fact, I think the last time we saw him, it was actually armored Mewtwo. This is way better than that because it's the original Mewtwo. These legendary Pokemon will come in raids with their legacy moveset. I believe Moltres is actually going to be the only one who has better moves outside of the moves that are going to be caught with during this event. So this is huge. We have the opportunity to get more shinies of these guys, but I'm out here looking for two. All right, we need to definitely get, let me pull them up here, another one of these bad boy shiny Mewtwo's. This one was traded to me. It's all right. I need a better one. And it's going to know Psystrike. That makes it one of the best Pokemon in the game. On top of that, we can also start getting extra large Mewtwo candies. I'm really hyped about that. I mean, it would be very cool if Niantic threw out Mega Mewtwo. I don't think we're going to be seeing that. So either way, shiny with Psystrike, I'm in. I'm going to be doing a lot of raids. Although it's not really necessary, I'm going to be buying some remote passes and getting as many Mewtwo's as I can. And I need to get Articuno, man. But I'm Mystic, but I don't have the blue legendary bird. So that's a huge problem for me. This is going to be my opportunity to get it back, as well as get some more candies, get a hundo, level it up. Very excited for all of that. But let's start jumping into some of the things you can do to prepare for this event. It's mostly going to be geared towards if you have the ticket, but some of these things are also good to know if you do not have the ticket. So with that being said, I do want to thank you guys for joining me for this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel or like this video if it does help you. Our first tip is going to be tip number 1. Your items. It's the silent killer of every event. You have to figure out the best way to maximize and optimize your bag storage. As you guys can see, I have 1,150 spots in my bag, in my inventory. It's not a lot to work with. There's some things I got to do to get ready for the Kanto Tour event. The first thing I'd recommend, use your rare candies before the event if you have something worth putting them on. Transfer them into regular candies. They will be stored in a separate inventory different from your bag. So if you know you're holding on to these for a certain legendary or maybe an Axu you need to evolve, now's the time to do it. Get them out of your bag. Even if you don't have enough to evolve him, give him like 50 candies if you have 141 like me. And that way you get a lot more storage space that you didn't really have access to before. On top of that, I would say you probably want to get rid of all your Great Balls. During this event, just like every other event like this, I always recommend using the red Pokeballs if you have the Go Gotcha watch, and the Ultra Balls because they have the highest success rate of catching a Pokemon. The Great Balls really serve no purpose other than basically being better than a Pokeball, but it doesn't work with the Go Plus, so you really don't need them. Assuming you have the resources to get more Ultra Balls, I would get rid of all your Great Balls. During this event, you're not going to need your berries. Not really, anyway. During this event, I'd get rid of your raspberries here. Definitely trash all of those. I'd get rid of your Nana berries. I would keep your pineapple berries, your golden raspberries, and your silver pineapple berries. The reason is you're going to be seeing a lot of Kanto Pokemon, and while it's not really the case quite yet, it is true that Kanto Pokemon are going to get rarer and rarer as more generations come out, as their spawns get rotated. But during this event, you're going to get double, well, it's not double, you're going to get more candy for catching Kanto Pokemon. It's a really good time to maximize on that because if you use a Pinap Berry, you will double the amount of candy you get from a Pokemon. So they didn't exactly say double in the description of the event. They just said you'll get more for Kanto Pokemon. So let's assume you get 5 for catching a regular Kanto Pokemon. If you go into a raid, you battle a Mewtwo, you get your 5 candies, and then you throw a Pinap, you're getting an additional 5 on top of that. And that's the same with any of the wild spawns. If you see Dratini anywhere, anything cool that you're looking for, save your Pinap berries for it because this is the best time to get candies. And I don't know for certain, but I believe that's also going to affect the extra large candies as well. Your silver Pinap berries are going to be huge as well. If you find a shiny Pokemon or a Pokemon in raids that you want to get extra candies on, obviously this is a great berry to be using. Your evolution stones, if you're someone like me who already has the evolutions and doesn't need to get them registered to the Pokédex, you can trash all of these. If you do plan on evolving them or, getting the final stage for the Pokédex and you just haven't yet, either go ahead and do that before this event, or I normally save 2 of each stone. Besides the Sinnoh and Unova stones, those are the rarest stones. I do keep as many of those as I get. I will probably trash some of the Sinnoh stones. 33 is too much, so I'll keep it at 21. I think that's reasonable. You're going to want to have a lure or a couple lures or a group that is going to be able to use a lure during this event. That way you can really maximize up on your spawns, and you want to get your incense going as well. The cool thing about the incense is now that they stack, you don't have to keep them in your inventory the whole time. Well, it may not make a huge difference. You can drop 12 incense and it would last you the entire event, and you wouldn't have to actually keep your bag space occupied with that. How many Pokeballs should you have? I would really recommend 40% of your bag space should be Pokeballs. You should be prepared to catch a lot of Pokemon, and with the way they're rotating things out, you got to keep in mind, we are not going to see a lot of the same Pokemon. It's going to be very difficult to shiny chase during this event, which is why I think they made it so we have higher chances of encountering certain Pokemon shiny. But basically, you're going to want to make sure you're doing all you can to get new spawns, whether it be a lure or an incense, and you want to make sure you're prepared for whenever that rare Pokemon that you are looking for appears. During this, obviously, you can't get rid of your mysterious components or your rocket radars. You're going to want to use your star pieces. Those can stack up too. Although there's no Stardust bonus, this is going to be a time where you're catching more Pokemon than you're normally catching. Your star pieces are going to be so more beneficial to you used during this event. Obviously, don't touch your Elite Charged or Elite Fast unless you have a reason to. But if you have so many fast and charged TMs, the regular ones, you can go ahead and trash a bunch of those. You've got some time before the event starts, so if you have a reason to use them, I would recommend using them before trashing them. But if you already have good moves on all your Pokemon, you don't need 80 of each TM. Now, your potions, this is where you're going to have to figure out what's best for your gameplay style. So me, I'm going to be doing a lot of catching. I'm going to prioritize that. but I'm also going to be doing a fair amount of raids. Maybe 30 is a good number. I might do about 30 raids. So what I'm going to do is prepare a bunch of max revives and a couple max potions. I don't think I need a lot of them. Those are just going to be taking up bag space for you. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a couple max revives and a couple max potions. And really that's all you're going to need if you're doing raids. If you are not doing raids, you can trash all your revives and potions during this event. That way you can maximize your storage with the Pokeballs and the Pineapple berries. So I definitely recommend doing that. And I'd find a place that has a couple Pokestops. You guys can see right here, there's a couple over there, a couple right here. This isn't really going to be a good place to play the Kanto Tour event. You're also going to be around a bunch of gyms, and I don't want to say you should be with a large group of people, but you should be somewhere where there's a lot of phone activity. That way it increases the spawn chances. So if there is a way for you to be in a downtown area safely without exposing yourself or in a way that makes you feel comfortable, then I would really recommend doing that and taking advantage of how many gyms you could have in sight or how many Pokestops you have in sight. It's definitely going to make it a lot easier and a lot more fun because you're going to be getting so many more spawns, and you want to be in a spot where you can quickly replenish the items you're spending for the event. So keep in mind what you have now, what you go into the event with, unless you have a full 3,000 bag inventory, you're going to run out. You're not going to have enough for the entire event, so you're going to want to make sure you keep getting more of what you need. That being said, we got some really cool stuff happening. It's hard to say if I'm going to use my Go Watch during this event, since the Pokemon probably will not be seen very consistently. You know, if you get a chance at a shiny and you miss it, there's a good chance you might not get that same shiny during the event. So I probably will not use my Pokemon Go Watch until I've actually caught a couple of the Pokemon I want. Once I get some of those narrowed down and I'm just looking for duplicates or one or two, I'll go ahead and use the watch. But your watch does have the lowest chance of catching a Pokemon than you using a regular Pokeball. So keep in mind, while this is way beneficial and really makes a difference in gameplay, this is one event where you're going to want to strategize when you're going to use your Pokemon Go Watch. All right, there's a couple of things you're going to need to do to prepare for the Kanto Tour event that you will not be doing in game. So we're going to start going over that part of it now. Firstly, you're going to want to find somebody who has an opposite version of the event than you. So if you have the red version, you're going to want to find a buddy who has the green version and lives within about 40 kilometers of you. So you guys can maximize that trade distance bonus and trade your Pokemon across. That way it counts towards your Kanto collection badge. What I mean by that is each version is going to have exclusive Pokemon that the other version will simply not see in wild spawns. And to be able to catch all the Pokemon you need to unlock the additional storyline, you're going to have to do some trading. That's the way they intended it because that's true to the original game series. I'm really excited about how they're putting this out there, how they're really utilizing a lot of the unique features of this game. So that's really cool. Definitely find somebody. Maybe it's somebody you're playing with that day. That would obviously be the best and most convenient way to do it. But if you're going to be playing by yourself, staying safe, and, you know, doing your own thing, you're going to want to find somebody in that distance who can trade with you to help you with that. On top of that, you're also going to want to make sure all your devices are charged and you have everything you need for an eventful day. I'm somebody who's going to be kind of blocking off the majority of that day just to play, just to get shinies. See if I can find that shiny Ditto and the Snorlax. I really want those guys. But you're going to have to make sure you're prepared. So if you have an extra battery charger for your phone, you're going to want to make sure you bring that. If you record your videos, your Pokemon Go gameplay like I do, you're going to want to make sure you have your camera, a backup battery for your camera, and you want to make sure your memory card is empty, has enough room to record so you can do whatever you need to do. And then just for you, if you're going to be out this whole time, I'd have a plan for lunch, bring some water, stay hydrated. You know, if you're out running around catching all these Pokemon, no Pokemon Master made it to be a Pokemon Master by not drinking water. So definitely do that. Stay safe out there for sure. And good luck to you guys. I hope you find some really cool shinies. That I'm looking for some great shinies. I'm expecting some, but unfortunately, due to the nature of this event, you can't really shiny hunt. The way I see this happening is we're going to get a wide variety of 120 spawns roughly, because some of the Pokemon are only going to be able to be obtained through trade, raid, or evolution. So we'll probably see a mix of 100 to 120 Pokemon throughout the course of the event. So that makes me believe that we're not going to be seeing a lot of a specific Pokemon enough to be able to actually shiny chase it. So remember, check everything while you're playing. Make sure you're in a safe spot. You don't want to be driving around too much for this. There's going to be too much going on. And you want to make sure you don't miss anything. So be in a cool place. Have a plan for the day. Get your Pokeballs ready, your Max Revives if you're going to be raiding. I would say buy some remote passes before then if you plan on doing some Mewtwo. But there's a couple different things you can do to be prepared for this event, and I hope I helped you guys.
Sorry about that, trainers. That was not the end of the video. This actually will be, but we did forget the most important part of the video. We still have to choose what color we're going to go with. But before we get to that part, I have to show you guys something really cool that happened while I was coming home from recording that last part of the video. I ended up Go Plussing a shiny Trico we got here. This is my son. Anyway, we got a shiny Trico here. Ended up Go Plussing it on the way home. Well, after finishing my video, so I can't get shinies on camera, but I can get them just after being on camera. So that being said, we got this shiny Trico. I've got more than enough shiny Tricos, but I'm always happy for another shiny. Now, we have to pick our version for the Kanto Tour event, and I'm really excited because, well, I'm just excited overall for the whole event. But I think I know the route I'm gonna go. Well, so the way you claim your ticket, it's not working out for me, but the way you're supposed to be able to do it is go to your inventory, find your ticket for the event, and then just click on it. In here, it should give you the option to pick red version or green version. I'm not sure why, but that's not appearing for me, even though I've got it. So that's where you would go to do it. I'm going to be selecting the green version. So I was leaning more towards red in the beginning, but after weighing the shinies and what I need still, I'm going green. So let me know in the comments what you're most excited about for this video, and also what color version are you choosing. Alright guys, I'll see you out in the next one. Don't forget, Roselia Community Day should be the same day this goes up. So good luck to you with your shinies. See you out in the next one.